WBC welterweight champion of the world, introducing Mario El Azteca Barrios. He's legendary and only 8-division champion of the world, introducing the one and only Manny Pacquiao.
Trying to tee off with that left hand. Now he's back down.
He's hurt this time. He's very wobbly. I'm watching his legs. He's trying to get his legs back.
And that's it. It's over. Manny Pacquiao is back. His first knockout.
Manny Pacquiao.
And the power shots right downstairs. And look at Pacquiao. Battle to the end of the 8th round. It's all over.
On the same level tonight. This is a bad step for him to be taking. Finally does. He did. Let's go is going to stop this a little bit sooner than he did. Round the side, Herrera trying to hang.
Pacquiao in trouble, Marquez in trouble. As we'll see here, but it's a short left hand. What a shot.
Once he gets hit, he's going to revert to what he's better than I thought.
We asked Barrios, he's fought here in the big right hand.
Wayne title. Virgil Hunter in that corner. Barrios had things under control early on Marco. Yourself too. Well, he just
And a left hook, and down goes Nelson.
A little bit better. He picked up the speed. He certainly picked up the pace. Big body shot. Fight from the start of this. Ace division.
And again, somehow story. Larry Hazard, how do you have it scored?
There, but the second one wasn't there either. But the rule is you can't stop. Put the mouthpiece into the act.
Some compared it to Ali's return against Foreman. Others said it surpassed Foreman's knockout of Michael Mora. But no matter the comparison, everyone agreed on one thing. What Manny Pacquiao did on July 4th couldn't be measured in belts or stats. It had to be felt. In the halls of the Philippine Congress, senators stood and applauded mid-session. President Marcos addressed the nation, calling Manny a living symbol of Filipino resilience. In small towns across the provinces, kids laced up gloves the next morning. Inspired all over again. Gyms overflowed. Trainers were overwhelmed. Young boys and girls pointed at the screen and said, "I want to be like Manny." Even Hollywood noticed. The Rock posted, "Real champion. Real warrior. Real heart. Saludo, Manny." Boxing legends chimed in too. Oscar de la Hoya, brutally honest, said, "He embarrassed me in 2008. Now his embarrassing father time." Even Floyd Mayweather, rarely one to give praise, admitted, "He's still got some juice left. I'm not surprised. He's built different." And just like that, the whispers grew louder. Could it happen? Pacquiao versus Mayweather 2. What once seemed like a cash grab, a nostalgic exhibition, suddenly felt real, relevant, and explosive. Promoters leaned in. Networks made quiet calls. Rumors buzzed like electricity. Meanwhile, Manny was nowhere near the headlines. He was back home in General Santos, feeding kids in a local barangay, holding hands with elders, walking those same dusty streets where his journey began. A reporter caught up and asked him, "Manny, the world wants more. Will you fight again?" He paused, smiled, and simply said, "If God wants me to, I will." That's the thing about Manny Pacquiao. He doesn't chase glory, glory follows him. And if this truly was his final chapter, then it was a perfect ending. But if not, if there's still one more climb, one more battle, one more miracle, then the world better brace itself. Because July 4th wasn't the end. It was the rebirth. In the days that followed, people didn't just talk about the knockout. They talked about the feeling, the energy, the memory. Because what Manny Pacquiao gave the world that night was more than just a highlight reel moment. He gave us hope. Hope that age is just a number. That heart never fades. And that legends, they don't just fight. They rise. Las Vegas. MGM Grand Arena. Lights pulsing. Fans roaring. Flags waving like storm winds. This wasn't just another fight. This was history, live, raw, electric. Manny Pacquiao had returned. At 46 years old, he wasn't just stepping into the ring against Mario Barrios. He was stepping in against time, against doubt, against every whisper that said, "He's done." The energy in the arena was indescribable. A chill swept through the crowd. That bounce in his step. That fire in his eyes. The same fire that torched De La Hoya. That dismantled Cotto. That iced Hatton cold. This wasn't nostalgia. This was war. Across from him stood Barrios. Calm. Confident. Young. Undefeated since 2022. The reigning WBC welterweight champion. Fast hands. Sharp footwork. The future. But even he could feel it. Something was coming. He just didn't know when. Round 1. The bell rang. Barrios came forward, snapping jabs. Manny circled. Calculated. Waiting. He didn't rush. He measured. Then, boom. Left hand counter. Crisp. Precise. Pacquiao moved like he was 26, not 46. In the corner, Freddie Roach stood calm but intense. He'd seen this before. He knew when the fire was burning. And tonight, it was an inferno. Round by round, the pace rose. Barrios had moments, body shots, long jabs, glimmers of control. But Pacquiao's speed? Still lightning. His angles? Still impossible. Then came round 5. A flash knockdown. A left hand from nowhere. The crowd detonated. Commentators screamed. Vintage Pacquiao. Barrios got up, but his rhythm changed. A hesitation. A flicker of doubt. The storm was here. Round 6. Barrios fought back hard. Landed good combinations. He showed why he's a champion. But Pacquiao stayed poised. Not wild, surgical. Round 7. The moment. Barrios stepped in with aggression. Pacquiao feinted, then stepped through the gap. Bang! A straight left. Thunderous. Barrios staggered. Legs gone. Pacquiao pounced, left, right, hook, uppercut. The referee jumped in. It was over. The MGM exploded. Manny climbed the ropes, arms raised. 46 years old. Champion again. In the post-fight interview, he was humble. "I just wanted to show the world I can still do this," he said. "For the fans. For my country." Barrios, gracious in defeat, nodded. "He's still got it," he admitted. "That man is a legend." The internet went into overdrive. Clips flooded Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Pacquiao is back. GOAT. Unbelievable. Mike Tyson tweeted. Respect to the champ. Still a monster in that ring. In the Philippines, the nation erupted. Fireworks. Motorcades. Churches full. This wasn't just boxing. This was faith. Pacquiao didn't just fight for legacy. He fought for every Filipino who still believes in miracles. The lead-up. In the weeks before the fight, critics were harsh. "He's too old. He's chasing ghosts." Even Barrios said, "He's a legend, but I'm the now." But from the opening bell, it was Pacquiao who controlled the tempo. Sharp. Patient. Dangerous. By round 3, he looked like the Manny of 2009. Quick in and outs. Side to side. Feints. Angles. Roach screamed from the corner. "That's it, Manny. Keep moving." Round 4. Barrios landed a solid right. The crowd leaned in. Maybe this was the shift. Maybe the youth would prevail. Then came round 5. Double jab. Left straight. Barrios's head snapped. Gloves up late. Manny smelled blood. Left to the body. Right hook upstairs. Slip. Bang. Left straight. Barrios hit the canvas. The arena shook. Barrios got up, but his eyes were different now. There was doubt. Round 6. Pacquiao hunted, not with fury, but with focus. He cut the ring. Controlled space. Barrios swung. Missed. Pacquiao answered twice as fast. Then came that round 7 sequence, flawless, brutal, beautiful. Aftermath. As the referee waved it off, it wasn't just a win. It was a moment that froze time. Millions around the world watched in awe. Some screamed. Some cried. Others sat silent, knowing they had just seen something historic. Backstage, the locker room was quiet. Pacquiao unwrapped his gloves slowly. Bruised. Sore. But unbroken. Freddie Roach came over, looked him in the eyes. "You did it, champ." Manny smiled. "We did it." Barrios entered the room. No excuses. No complaints. Just respect. "You taught me tonight. Salamat." It wasn't just a passing of the torch in skill. It was in spirit. As the arena lights dimmed, one spotlight stayed lit, in the hearts of fans. A reminder that greatness never dies. Legacy. The boxing world erupted. Podcasts buzzed. Analysts debated. Was that Pacquiao's greatest win? Is this the biggest comeback in modern boxing history? Even Canelo tweeted, "Respect to the warrior. That's how legends finish." And the question lingered. What now? Will he fight again? Retire on top? Pass the torch? Pacquiao, as always, stayed quiet. Humble. Grateful. But behind those eyes, the same fire. Because legends like Manny Pacquiao don't walk away because they're old. They walk away when the mission is done. And judging by what happened on July 4, 2025, that mission may still be far from over. Legacy isn't about holding on. It's about rising, when no one expects it. True champions never stop being champions. Even when the gloves come off. Manny Pacquiao didn't need this fight. He wasn't broke. He wasn't forgotten. His name was already etched into boxing history. He could have stayed home, enjoyed the peace, the wealth, the applause that never faded. But instead, he chose one more round. One more mountain. One more roar from the crowd. Because that's who he is. Every punch he's ever thrown carried more than power. It carried the weight of a nation, the pride of a people, the memory of hunger, hardship, and hope. And on July 4, 2025, that spirit? It was unstoppable. Commentators now call it the 4th of July massacre. Barrios, to his credit, didn't run. He stood tall. He fought hard. He lost with honor. Because losing to a legend? That's not shame. That's legacy. Across the globe, from Los Angeles to Dubai, from Tokyo to New York, fans lit candles, made posters, drew fan art. Hashtags like #BagsaksaiBarrios and #Pacquiao2025 lit up the digital sky. In classrooms across the Philippines, teachers paused lessons to show the fight. Because this wasn't just a sports event. It was a national lesson, in grit, in courage, in belief. The very next morning, cameras caught Emmanuel Pacquiao Jr. in training. Footwork drills. Heavy bag. The caption read, "The legacy continues." And many believe it's only a matter of time before we hear the name Pacquiao echoing through the arena once more. Not from the father, but the son. Still, something about July 4th can never be repeated. Because that night, what we witnessed wasn't just a fight. It was magic. It reminded the world what it means to keep fighting. Not because you have to, but because you still can. Boxing at its best doesn't just entertain. It tells stories. And Manny Pacquiao, he doesn't just fight in them. He writes them. So whether that was his final dance or just another beat in the rhythm of greatness, one thing is certain. Manny Pacquiao didn't just return. He conquered. He inspired. He made time kneel. And on the night of July 4, 2025, the world stood still. To watch a 46-year-old man remind us all why he is, and always will be, the people's champion. If you crave real boxing, not just knockouts and highlight reels, but the heart, the history, the human story, then welcome to Fight Club Boxing. Here, we don't just show fights. We tell them. The triumphs. The chaos. The legacy. Movie camera subscribe to never miss a moment of true boxing greatness. Speech balloon drop a comment. What was your favorite moment from Pacquiao versus Barrios? Crown who should we break down next? Mayweather? Tyson? Inoue? New cinematic breakdowns every week. Every video is a story. Every legend lives here. This isn't just boxing. This is Fight Plus.